Hello, wide internet. My name is Dave. I am lucky enough to be hanging out with these fine individuals, tricking them into morally dubious situations, unethical scientific experiments, and trapping them beyond the gate.
The gate.
This is session 2 of the actual game, and session 5 or 6 of us playing and exploring this universe?
Yeah.
I feel like we did 5 sessions alone of Microscope.
I thought we did 4.
Yeah.
I think it was 4.
4.
I think it was 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 4.
I don't know. If you're here, thanks for spending some time with us. Glad to know that Twitch's massive DMCA strike emails haven't scared you off the platform yet.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't...
We'll get into it later. Anyway. Yeah.
It's actually a major plot point tonight.
Who wants to introduce themselves next?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I am Ian Doherty. I am around the internet under the alias iDoherty451.
You'll never figure it out.
And I am playing Moreau Watterson, but you can call him Murray. A fish person pilot. Anything else?
Anything you want to include?
Listen to my music, iandoherty.bandcamp.com, ramskyalley.bandcamp.com. That stuff's usually for the end.
I actually don't remember if I've made you a shout out yet. If I haven't, I will. All right, who's next?
I'll go. I'm
hi.
Tristan.
Oh, never mind.
No, Tommy, you can go.
It can't be undone. Hi,
Okay.
I'm Tristan. You might know me from other fantastic games on. I'm about to be eaten by a shrimp tonight. I don't know how to feel about that.
And I believe that means I'm Tom. I don't know what else he does. He's been in several. Whatever have been in several amazing Electric Dice podcast productions and does really good voices. I don't know. This bit is very confusing.
I don't know that I'd call them. I don't know that I'd call them good. I certainly do very much.
They're enjoyable.
Very much voices.
There is a lot of voice to these voices.
I don't know that. Yes. Exactly.
Well, I enjoy the hell out of them, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a love meter? What is it? What's going on here, Dave?
You don't remember the love meter?
It's to see.
No.
Yeah, it's to see your love with the various emotes.
Amanda, yell things at the internet.
I'm paying attention. Look at me. I'm talking back after. So you can normally. My name's Amanda. And you can normally find me under variations of Pseudopop, the real Pseudopop, or real Pseudopop on the various Instagrams and Twitter and now Snapchat. Yeah, I play with these nerds mostly all the time. And I'm currently eating French toast for dinner.
Oh, nice, dude.
That's valid.
I put 3 pretzels in a little bowl, and I was like, that's all the pretzels you get, Dave. And I ate all of them before the stream started, and then I got up and got more.
That's valid.
You're allowed pretzels.
Yeah.
You will see me drinking from a green bottle tonight. It is non-alcoholic, unfortunately, because apparently, if you didn't know, there's a glass shortage going on.
Is it
really?
Yeah, well, that's what the bottle says at least. Saranac XL. I'm sorry, I'm using a green bottle. Happy holidays, glass shortage.
Weird.
Saranac root beer.
Wait, so I'm confused though. You
No, this
said
one is Shirley Temple.
unfortunately it's not alcoholic, but how's that tie into the glass shortage?
I don't know. But so my drinking vessel is also informative today.
Gotcha.
And somebody else.
Danla, do things.
Hi, I'm Danla. Dan LA or something like that. I play Ozalek Gaunt, a frogman dragoon, mystic in touch with the way, and general space dragon beast tamer. I play games with these guys quite a bit. And you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Olhado, OLHAADO. I'm currently in a league for Zelda: A Link to the Past randomizer. And week 2, my second race of the season, starts tomorrow at 9:30. So come hang out if you like retro games and randomizers.
I like how Danla was the only one to actually talk about his character for this.
I talked about my character.
Ian did. That's where I got the idea.
Do we do it?
It's a really good look for
It's
you,
your
Dave.
turn now, Dave.
I started it.
He already went.
Well, you gotta end it.
This is my last pretzel.
This is my last pretzel.
This is my chocolate bar.
All right, 60 seconds of an ad. You won't miss anything but me finishing this pretzel. Probably should have eaten the pretzels on the ad. Can't go back. Can't fix it. Run an ad. We'll come back. We'll do some music. And we'll hit a recap. And
Cool.
Don't go nowhere.
And if you don't see the ads, enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right. Secret lore.
Is the
Secret
ad
lore
playing?
for the people who are not seeing the ad right now.
Secret lore for subscribers.
Deep tech for the people not seeing the ad right now. My Tumblr is Great Collapsing Hrung Disaster, all separated with hyphens.
Great
So
collapsing.
that's the
what?
secret for you kids. Don't go crazy.
Great collapsing.
Great Collapsing Hrung Disaster. It's a Hitchhiker's Guide. Hrung, Hrung.
I thought you said tongue disaster. I was like, God damn,
Great.
dude.
It's been a while since I've been on Tumblr.
It's not work inappropriate anymore.
So I watch way too much.
Just saw the most bearable social media.
What is your icon on it? Because there's 2.
That's wild.
Is it the I think that's a dead end.
One's not safe for work.
Yes, that's me. I'm the one with the Dene.
Okay.
Hey, we're back.
Hey.
Hello.
We're still here.
We're still here. All right, let's play some music, yeah?
Yay.
Oh.
Yeah, music's good.
Music's pretty good. And I moved it somewhere that I would be able to find it somewhat reliably. Get more pretzels? Oh, thank you. I might have already received a complaint about them, so I'm probably not going to do that.
It wasn't a complaint.
If you compare me to Danny DeVito, it's a complaint. There's really no good way to take that. But thank you for the bits.
I watch a lot of like too much Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So it's like, unfortunately, my first reaction to a lot of things is, oh, that's like this one episode from that one time in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I'm rewatching it, so it's good. Also, now that I ate my pretzels like a good boy, I get M&Ms.
There you go.
Yeah, we ASMR stream now. I'm gonna slowly eat them and crunch them on camera.
Really quick, since you brought up Always Sunny, I did really appreciate that meme I saw recently that was Danny DeVito holding something out, and it was, "Would you appreciate some trying times in these trying times?"
I haven't seen that one. That's unreal. Send me that. I need it. Oh, would you appreciate some trying times in the trying times? Yes. If that's not 2020, I don't know what is. Okay. So we hinted a lot about a giant mantis or shrimp creature of some kind.
Yes.
I'm going to try and scrape my Google history to see if I can find the name of that thing, even though Tom is going to yell it out instantaneously.
It's that Star Wars thing.
It was
Wasn't it an Acklay?
You mean the actual Star Wars name, or the fact that the thing was named,
Acklay.
I believe, Petrie?
I know it's named Petrie. I named it Petrie.
Well, okay, but I didn't know what part of the name
But
you needed.
the Star Wars one.
Star Wars creature, I believe, was an Acklay.
Tom, did you freeze?
A-K-L-A-Y.
Oh, he's
Tom, you
100% frozen.
Froze or
And
is just muted.
He looks so sad.
Well, I should not have that power, but all right, we learned something today. Anyway.
So it's like the man, I am not quick today.
It's all good.
We'll just skip
Yes,
right over that.
It is definitely an Acklay.
People hear me now?
Yeah,
can hear you.
we can
Yeah.
hear you, but we
Yeah.
can't see you.
You look so
Oh,
sad.
God.
There we go.
There
okay.
you
hold
go.
on.
Video
There
is
you
back.
are.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and just leave that. That
All
seems
right.
funny.
That's that close up is good though.
Uh-oh. I'm concerned. I'm going to go back and watch the stream and have thoughts.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, boy.
He just keeps like encroaching in your space, Dave.
Yeah, well, that's why I shrunk it back down. Get some control over this situation, you know.
That's valid.
Damn, he's a handsome
You gotta
boy, though.
Gotta stay centered in your screen, Tom.
He's doing fine.
God.
Anyway. All right, so who wants to summarize for those unfortunate few who have not been able to see our games before tonight?
I know that Tristan typically likes taking this job, but I can do it as well.
If you would like, I will gladly hand over the reins. I want to share the love.
So, last time on The Gate,
The gate.
our crew boarded our ship for the first time, and we met each other. We have a colorful cast of characters that you will be reintroduced to very shortly. We met our I was calling him our contractor, or like our hirer. Employer. That's the word. Wow. My brain. It's not just you, Amanda.
Some in
But
the
our
water.
employer, Adelaide, informed us of our mission, which was to bring him and our cargo to a like backwater planet, so that he can deploy the specimen in the water there. And they're like, he's doing something for 3 to 4 months there that will help understand what's going on beneath the surface of this planet. This specimen we learned through some fun magic-y stuff on Ozlek's part, and through eventually actually meeting this creature, is a sort of a shrimp / mantis-like creature named Petrie, who has been who had been put through the process of uplifting, which I've written down. He was gifted post-gate luminous gases to give him near human intelligence, and we don't have any humans in this game, so I guess sapient intelligence. Terminology gets problematic, but
Yes.
all this to say, yes, it has become intelligent. It was not intelligent before, and there are several people on the crew that are like, that doesn't seem very ethical. And so we got Adelaide drunk, and now we released the creature, and we've discovered it's 15 to 17 feet tall, if I remember correctly, and very active. And we're not sure if it's going to be our friend or eat us or both. And I think
He likes us.
And
yeah,
if I remember correctly, he's actively burning a hole in the floor right now.
Yes,
yeah,
his
because
spit
drool is
needs to
acid?
be acid.
yeah.
So we need
We're
like,
gonna
I don't know,
Space guy.
something
So
that's not going to
basically-
interact with acid.
We've released a very friendly xenomorph.
This guy needs a face
A
mask.
giant, very
Alternatively,
friendly xenomorph.
If a xenomorph could hate you, like as a person.
I think they can. They can do whatever they want.
He doesn't like Adelaide. He knows Adelaide's the bad guy.
True.
He wants to meet Adelaide and talk to him.
I think his words were, "I want to talk to him too."
You guys have really good memories. Yeah. So
I mean,
interestingly
I
enough,
might not like Adelaide.
I took notes.
Yeah, interestingly enough, if you remember, there was a roll to try and get Adelaide very drunk, and I think it may have been to kill him. Not 100% sure.
No,
definitely
I was
to
just
distract
getting
him.
knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You assume so that we're so vicious or vindictive right off the bat, Dave.
I think you wanted us to kill him.
No, well, give it time. No, I think it was just to get him down for the count enough that we could do this bit of whatever the hell it is that we've done.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Can opening. Yeah. So, and if you remember, it was a partial success. We decided. What's that?
Nothing of consequence.
Yeah. So I decided that he was out for a while, but he was going to wake up at some point. And I thought about what would be funny. And what I decided is what would be funny is if he stumbles in half drunk and realizes what's happening. And so all of you kind of at once, right? Petrie turns and looks and says, I want to talk to him too, and is drooling, and acid is burning a hole in the ship. And Adelaide's like, no, you fools. And I don't remember his voice, so yeah.
I'm not in the room. I left the room.
Well, that was smart of you. So you passed Adelaide coming down the hall. Your call if you said anything to him or not, if you want a scene there.
Does he notice me?
I mean, he doesn't care, so he doesn't say anything to you.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And again, I forgot to go back and look at the VOD to study Adelaide's voice, but my notes are that he's an asshole. Right? And he gets
depending on how this goes, you might not need it much
longer. He's also drunk, so
Yeah.
It's like you have such liberty here.
And he's, no, he just wasn't supposed to be out. And he kind of holds his head for a moment, and he goes, wait a minute. He's out. Well, that's not so bad, I guess. Yes, keep talking to him then. Very good. You'll burn up some of the gases. I won't have to be on that dreadful planet anymore.
Oh no!
Murray is just sort of looking at Adelaide and then back at the creature, because I think I was the last one that Petrie just sort of zoomed in on and was like, hi. And so I'm just sort of against the wall, is everything okay?
Yeah, I mean, in Petrie turns, and there seems to be some amount of apprehension. There's definitely some frustration, but we don't just kill him in that moment, right? Not yet.
Yeah,
gonna make you wait for it. It's the slow dagger, right? That pierces. What's the quote?
I feel like we're gonna end up killing Adelaide, and then going on this lovely 4-month space journey to help this guy fulfill his life before he dies.
Oh.
So it's like space the bucket list.
Yeah.
The thing is with Adelaide, I at least kind of want to get him to die on the planet he's supposed to be on to draw attention away from us. You're like, oh, well, when we dropped him off, he was alive. If that's a true statement, then we're golden.
In game, I'll sort of ask Adelaide, yeah, so why'd you have him cooped up in there so much? He didn't seem to like it very much.
Well, it's rather complicated, and they were trying to get the most bang for the buck with the luminous gases out on what the name is, that blasted planet anyway. But actually, you've created a very elegant solution to me being stuck beyond the gate for 6 solar months. No, this is good. Yes, talk to the creature. Keep it occupied. Now, specimen
His name's Petrie. He has a name.
Hold on. You guys broke the can. I can't read it anymore. It's like 10 something. What the fuck was the goddamn number?
He's got a name.
It's like 1088, 1008.
It's Petrie. Petrie.
Yes, specimen. Now you must stay in this room. This is your. We've graciously upgraded your suite.
I don't know if that's exactly what happened.
10-7. Yeah, 10-7. There it is. Self-named Petrie.
Or Petrie.
Yeah.
I think that name's far more valid than specimen whatever.
Now, what do you mean about an elegant solution to what exactly? You keep talking about these luminous gases.
Yes, you see the shit. Yo, what up, nerd life? Sorry, I threw my stupid wrist guard at my keyboard. Well, as I said, I was going to be stuck beyond the gate for some period of 6 or so months. The gases, the uplifting, the specimen 10-7 is on a bit of a clock, shall we say. We don't just have the means to just make everyone smart all the time. Haven't you ever taken smart drugs before a test? They don't make...
What the hell is wrong with you?
They don't make pilots take tests, do they? You just sort of...
I mean, they're different sort of tests.
Occupational trades, sort of. Yes.
Look, now...
Just routine, like a machine, and then you can just act it out. I understand, yes. He's just being very condescending.
Yes, I got that.
If that was unclear.
Oh shit! We lost. I was just about to ask him to take the bad doctor to his room.
So basically, you're saying that the whole process has started a bit earlier because we let him out sooner.
Absolutely.
Am I getting that right?
Yes, he would have used some portion of his brain trapped in the can. But mostly it would have lasted about 6 months on the planet. But now we'll spend 4 or 5 weeks just getting there, and it'll study its habitat and nest down somewhere, and I will be back beyond the gate in 6 months' time, as opposed to waiting 6 months' time. Genius, yes.
Right.
You all were very much worth your while. Thank you. It shall look fondly upon you, yes. Indeed.
Sorry, who?
You all, in the report I'm writing. Look at that. Here I thought y'all were rather a bore, but... Yes, my stay on Istaeus will not be as long now, thanks to you. And he just nods once and begins to just walk away.
I personally want to wait for him to walk away to talk to everyone else without him eavesdropping.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, were you playing the video game version of the gate, there would be a flashing symbol in the top right of your screen, and it would be a pie chart, right, with split into 3 even pieces. And the first one of them would be flashing red right now. The first of 3, and you would understand that to be very soon it will be locked in place, right? Like currently this is a butterfly moment where you can change the future.
Like an Until Dawn.
Do we have to kill him right now?
And you can see underneath it that the pie graph is labeled Petrie cares about sentient life.
I
apologize. Petrie does not. Petrie values sentient life, or does not value sentient life. I should flip that, because it doesn't make sense to have the graph be Petrie values sentient life and then fill it up, but then he kills people.
Yeah.
So Petrie doesn't value sentient life.
I'm gonna chime in, and I'm gonna say, Adelaide, point of clarification. That was not even close to the fucking accent I was doing.
Dude, I gave up on mine, so.
Oh, Jason.
Point of clarification. That's even farther somehow. Could you elaborate on the question of these luminous gases? What will happen when they are expended entirely? Will he return to his previous condition, essentially unharmed, or no?
Yeah, so he kind of turns and stops where he was, right? And you see him genuinely think about it for a moment. He kind of gives you a bit of a puzzled look, and he says, the lifespan of a pistol shrimp is that of perhaps a year normally. Now, obviously, Petrie's already quite old for his species and much different. You're welcome. So no, I think that he is very much intrinsically tied to the luminous gases as they swirl around his whatever it is he has there for a nervous system. No, I think he'll die.
Now, see, that's the part I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Where do you get off doing stuff like this? You scientists with your machinations, all this stuff.
Yeah, he looks around. He looks around for a second. He's like, "Are you asking me?"
Yeah.
I do what must be done.
I've met people who do what must be done. Back on the moon. Didn't like them very much. I'm very much sliding back into Irish rather than Australian. I don't mind it.
It's fine. Do whatever.
Yeah, and he just kind of narrows his eyes and looks like, I don't care what you like. Fly the ship.
Dr. Barnabas, would you be able to take Adelaide back to his room? I think he could use some rest after such a long, strenuous day.
Who did you ask to do that?
I asked Dr. Barnabas, but I can't tell if he's frozen.
Yeah, he puts a hand up. He's like, I know where I rest. Just like I said, keep specimen 10-7 in this room. I worry about what would happen if it started wandering.
We'll keep an eye on Petrie here and make sure that he is allowed to develop and explore his surroundings as he so desires. It may be your expedition, but it is for the duration, time being, our ship, I suppose.
That's right.
Yeah, he narrows his eyes. Says, I think that remains to be seen by the end of the journey, but very well. Keep him controlled. He moves on.
All right. Once I believe he's out of earshot, I'm gonna be like, all right. So Petrie, I'd like to give you a couple choices here because, it's good to have a say in your own future. Personally, I would suggest us dropping that guy off and leaving him on the wherever planet, and we then take you wherever you want to go so that you can, have a chance to have some freedom because after everything that's happened to you, it's the least you deserve.
Yeah, he leans in really close on you, right? He's like, fish gotta swim.
I feel like I'm thinking about it. Basically, yeah. So I figure we take you where you want to go, give you a chance to have, a good run of things.
Yeah. What social skills you got?
Not many. I almost had sway. All I have for social is command, which is not really what I'm going for here.
I have one rank in consort.
Does anyone have sway?
I have a pip of sway. I can throw some sway out.
Like
Swagger.
And from like a scientific perspective, wouldn't it be more valuable to see what he's doing?
I've got sway, but I'm gonna be true to what Barnabas would say.
Dang it. I'm almost tempted to try a sway and roll with disadvantage.
Oh, you have 0 in it?
Yeah, I have nothing in sway.
Yeah, no, dude. Rolling with a 0 skill in this game is like the most punishing thing that's ever existed.
Yeah, I almost took sway, but I was like, I thought a bunch of other people had sway, so I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if no one's noticed it, when you roll with 0, you roll 2 dice and take the lower of the 2.
Yeah,
which...
it can be successful, but
yeah. Anyway,
all right, I'm going to attempt to.
Yeah. So for point of clarification, a clock fills up right when every segment of it is squared away, right? So right now you have a three-part clock that says Petrie doesn't care about sentient life, which can also be read, he will probably eat anything and everything. Although, several of you have posited that it will more than likely start with Adelaide, which I would say is pretty likely. Like, obviously I can't make any guarantees, but sorry.
My goal is to
Yeah.
I have a question. How long is the trip from here to, what's the name of the planet we're going to? Iapetus, Tethys, or what's it called?
I believe I was saying Istaeus. Hold on. I'll put it in chat.
What is the duration of this voyage?
Yeah, I put it at about 5 weeks. It's going to be a couple checks to get us there.
Yeah, so just to be totally Bismarckian about it, if he eats Adelaide, like in the next few days, he's just gonna be on the ship with us.
Yeah.
For however long.
Yeah.
That ends up being.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a way I can assist.
Yeah, you can. You take 1 stress and you give Tristan an extra die.
Yeah,
I will also push myself. So that way I'll, instead of rolling 2 and taking the lower, I'm pretty sure the assist gets me to just rolling 1 die, and the pushing myself gets me to 2. Is that how that would work out?
Yeah.
Okay.
As part of my assist, can I like lean into Petrie? Like, I keep imagining in my head that I'm like getting down on a knee, like I'm talking to a kid, but he's 17 feet tall. So I'll just be like,
and a big fucking
Petrie.
Light bulb on the back of his head. He's backlit like a motherfucker.
Petrie, can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Now, you've been dealt a bad hand. What accent am I doing here?
Yeah.
Dealt a bad hand. And
Ian, did you want to do the roll and have me assist, or did you want me to?
He's narrating it. Let him narrate.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You've been dealt a bad hand. None of us will argue with that, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm just doing Irish now. But in the time that you have, we want to help you out as much as we can. So you stay friendly with us. We'll stay friendly with you. We'll keep that bozo from doing anything wrong by you, and I think we'll be able to have a good experience all around together. How does that sound to you? We did let you out of there, and I don't regret that.
Yeah, and so like most of our editing budget this episode would have gone to like the perspective of Petrie, right, which is just shot in like psychedelic colors and like melting gels, right, that we put over the camera. So he looks at you and it's just like looking at the cover of a Tool album, right? And it's just like shifting and ever changing as he looks at you.
Thing.
Probably why I thought of it. All right, Tristan, are you saying anything or are you just rolling?
I was probably gonna do a similar thing, discuss like I don't have my exact words, but kind of talk about how like kind of going off of that he's been dealt a bad hand, but we're here to try and make things better for him, and that at this point we want we want like a good result for everyone involved, generally.
Okay,
that's the way I'm looking at it, at least.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the position is either risky or desperate.
I would say currently it's risky. I think that if you came out of the gate, like Ian's was very close, yours kind of backed it away from the ledge a little bit. I think if you'd come out and like, look, man, we don't care if you kill him, just don't kill us. That's desperate. It's like, we don't care about his life. You don't learn the lesson. Just don't kill us, right? And that's Ian's was a little closer to that. Yours was a little like, it's cool. And by the way, Ian, I like that. I liked what you did.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Effect standard, I would assume.
Yep.
Or... All right. Bonus dice. There will be.
You're getting 2.
I think 2. Okay, and let's just make sure this actually rolls properly, because there should be 2 total dice. Oh, thank God!
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
Okay. So, I guess in that sense, right? Then we're going to fill, right? We're gonna have 2 clocks going, because there's a Petrie either values or doesn't value sentient life, right? So I'm going to fill in one of those right now. So good job. You have begun to back him away from the corner that is hatred and evilness, I suppose.
And eating everything he sees.
Right.
I also honestly feel like I think if he just goes on like a murder rampage, that's not like a great. Then he's stranded on a ship and dies of starvation in however long.
Yeah, he'll be
not pack food for this guy?
He'll be fine.
Oh, okay, then he dies in however long if he eats us all.
Yeah.
Because unless he can pilot the ship, which he could, maybe, I don't know.
He's pretty. He's wicked smart.
Gotcha. Or we get him to somewhere where he can go and just have the best life possible, and it's not the planet they were going to take him to, so he gets to, like, they won't take his body for examination, which is all kinds of messed up.
Weekend schmat. Okay. If people have things they want to do kind of as they leave that room, that's cool. Otherwise, I'm happy to snap to the next scene.
I'll probably go look for Ginny to make sure she didn't go anywhere dangerous.
That's valid.
She
went to her room.
You don't have to do it this second, but does anyone have a scene either with Petrie or in that room, or like to each other about that specifically?
I think I would have maybe a scene that with Dr. Barnabas here.
Yeah. Sure.
Kind of being like, Doctor, you're a scientist. You maybe know these luminous gases. You seem not to know too much about them, but perhaps could we get more? Could we replace this device and extend his life?
Tom doesn't know, but Barnabas might know. Is there a roll to see if Barnabas knows the answer to that question?
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable.
All right, would that be study?
I think that's reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, remember, cool. You tell me in this game. Obviously, there's times where I'm going to say, no, Rec probably won't do an awful lot, but... All
right, cool. And I have book learning. So I get during a downtime action. Never mind then. All right, so just my 2 pips in study. Controlled. This is just a conversation. I'm just recalling something I know.
Absolutely.
Effect is pretty well. I guess it's a standard. I'm just whether or not I know anything about something.
Yeah.
No bonus dice. Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
Hey,
nice.
I would say, and so now our collaborative world building here. If you have did he just jump out of nowhere for anybody else?
Who?
Tom, I swear, I'm gonna go back and look at that. Tom looked like he leaned back, and suddenly his hands were up here, like like the video had cut in between those 2 things.
Yeah, between like the lagginess in my video and the fact that this light is just turned to my room just like puke green.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not a visual delight.
You're a found footage horror movie waiting to happen right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rather fitting for your character, though.
Right.
Oh no!
They got him.
Kind of showed up on stream.
Petrie got him.
Just a little bit.
Petrie got him.
Oh gosh!
It's Halloween week.
But we were filling up the friendly clock.
So so if y'all get Tom a ring light. That's not bad. That's what I have. Look at my ring light. It reflects off my glasses something awful.
Honestly, what I need is an actual webcam.
What are you using?
The webcam built into my laptop?
Oh, okay. Yes, then yes, you do. But lighting also does a lot of work. Anyway, so my thought, Dave Pruner's thought on luminous gases, you are on the other side of the gate, so theoretically there exists a possibility to find some. I actually have written down both that you could potentially go find some more, or that you could potentially change the mixture that is interacting with Petrie, and either extend his life, right, or do something of that nature. So either refilling or right.
Can we just put Barnabas into the mixture?
I can turn off the camera.
You gotta turn it off.
That's interesting. So that's an interesting question for Dr. Barnabas, right? Because he could be like, well, we could sort of adjust his headpiece so that we were diminishing. Two opportunities present themselves in that regard. Firstly, to answer your question, yes, these gases do exist beyond the gate. We could potentially find some in our range. That is to say, before our friend here expires. And there's another possibility, and I'd obviously want to. I'm reluctant to mention it, but we could potentially try to slow the rate at which the gases were consumed by adulterating the mixture or interacting with the mechanism. But to do so would be to perhaps diminish or dramatically reduce Petrie's new intelligence, to reduce him to little more than a clever beast again. Which I don't think that's our decision to make.
I imagine it like that one Futurama episode where the monkey gets the hat and then he's too smart and he hates it. But then he falls on the hat and it breaks a little bit. So he's smart but not that smart. But happy.
When he becomes a business major?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it ends up working at Fox. Sorry.
Yep.
Certainly, to answer your question, Ozlek, yes, we such gases we could find sources to replenish these gases, potentially. Though that's the specifics I'm less certain of. I'd have to do some research.
Yes. Do we have the means? I do not know.
Yes, many unanswered questions, but in the broad strokes, yes, it's quite possible.
And I do think Petrie is happy in his current state. We would not want to diminish him.
How you say? Sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it to him.
Give him the full flowers for Algernon.
No. Cool.
Didn't expect this many moral dilemmas.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you insane? You jumped feet first into a sci-fi game with me. I'm gonna fucking torture you people.
Yeah. Should have expected that.
Yeah, you should have.
All right, and then I'll head to my study and see what I can find, or perhaps someone might want to ask Adelaide. I suppose it's possible you could get in such a state he might reveal more than he means to.
Adelaide's got to show up to this other planet with like a cirrhosis liver.
Yes, probably.
By the way, I'm so fucking sick of hearing this dude complain about how he's going to sit on a beach on a desert planet drinking mimosas for 6 months. That's
yeah,
piece of shit.
And get paid to do it. Don't forget, and then get tenure and awards.
Yeah, tenure and awards for hanging out. Truly, the 1% does live the best, don't they?
Murray is not the killing sort, but if something happened to Adelaide, he wouldn't necessarily feel bad about it.
Murray is not the killing sort, but Murray is also not the pressing the airlock button sort, or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adelaide is sus.
I think Oz would be more of the mind like somebody else. If somebody else should talk to Adelaide, because otherwise he might get speared for something he says.
Like, I want to hit him, but I also realize if he dies here on this ship of any cause, that's gonna be the worst outcome.
Oh, it makes me
Who
so.
else
It
is
does.
here though?
It makes me so happy. There are, I think there's 2 other crew members besides you guys. Scotty 3 Kobold.
That's right.
I can't let anything happen to Scotty either.
Yeah, Scotty
Or Scotty.
The fact that you call him Scotty 3 makes me think that there are 2 other kobolds, not just one.
There's 3 kobolds.
Oh, there are. Okay.
Yeah.
They are like one individual.
So remember, Danile only saw one at the kitchen table.
That's true.
Yeah,
True.
his character doesn't know that there's 3. Most people's characters probably don't know that there's 3.
Correct.
Oh yeah, true.
By design.
I wouldn't have mentioned it. I would have just called him. I probably would have addressed him as Scotty 3 Kobold, and not answered any follow-up questions.
Yeah, and to be clear, because we'll suffer ever so slightly for it, but there's really no way to avoid it. There is 1 or 2 other like general purpose NPCs lurking around that are just going to. You're going to see them in the background shots, right? Fans will spend eons writing weird, fan fiction and theories about how, like,
the lower decks.
Yeah, right. Actually, that guy right there was the mastermind of all of it. Adelaide was a puppet, and right, Petrie did nothing wrong, right? Like that will definitely happen. But like when we talked about crew size, we talked Firefly style, not Star Trek style. So it is very small. Until you spend a significant amount of time interacting with NPCs, I'm going to leave them pretty nameless. They will only exist as we like desperately need something, either a bringing a new player into the game, or like you guys are like, oh fuck, nobody has this, and it's actually like detrimental to our game. Yeah. Okay. So it sounded like that scene was over. So somebody was going to find.
I went to find Jenny.
Yeah.
I don't know if that needs to be a scene or anything, but I'll just be going like, Jenny. Jenny.
Good.
Have you tried checking her room?
Yeah.
Have you tried checking my room?
Check.
I will step away for 1 second, but yeah, I think this is a really good scene just to catch up and get feelings about what has been happening.
Do I find you in your room?
Which
Does
room?
that have my name on? Does that have my name on my door though?
Oh, I'm picturing I get to your room, and the room I know to be your room, and I like knock on the door, crack it open, see that you're clearly not in there, and then I take a moment, I'm like, wait a second. And then I will go find the janitor's closet.
So before you reach the janitor's closet, you'll notice that there's some things randomly in the hallway and strewn out of the room that like you would expect to live in a janitor's closet, but isn't actually in there right now.
Hey Jenny, you're in there?
They just pop open the door. Oh hey, you found me.
I did. I see that you went back to the room that with your name on it.
I mean, it's got my name on it, so it's got to be my room, right?
I think it might actually belong to another Jenny, or someone with a very similar name. And I think that your other room is a bit nicer than this one. So wouldn't you rather be there?
So I opened the door even more, and it's like I've clearly already started to like decorate this room with like my art smeared on the wall, and then I've got like a little sleeping nest in the corner, and I've dragged all my personal belongings in there.
I mean,
this is way bigger than the room I had back in the orphanarium.
I mean, if this is what you prefer, then I suppose.
Yeah, I mean that other person would probably like my other room anyways, right? Like.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find him and talk to him. But yeah, if you're happy here, more power to you. Are you doing all right? That thing back there was a little scary, I know, but we talked to it a little bit, and I think think it's gonna be fine.
That's cool.
Yeah, should be all right.
That anger guy was on the way there afterwards. He
Oh yeah.
didn't say anything, but I don't think he noticed me.
Probably better off that way. He doesn't seem like a very nice guy, doesn't he? You leave him to us, and if he makes you feel uncomfortable at any point, let one of us know. Yeah, I think things are gonna be all right, but keep an eye out on things. If you see him doing anything screwy, you definitely let me know.
Oh yeah, I don't care about him at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Unreal. That is everyone's response. It does. It makes me very happy.
Dave, just so you know, I've now the Ginny closet is now mine.
Oh,
she has moved all of her stuff to the janitor's closet, and
good.
That is her room now.
It's a good place for you. Labeled. We won't miss you.
I'll move because when I got there, like the janitor's stuff had been moved out of the room. I'm actually gonna move that to Ginny's former room, and if there is an actual janitor or someone who has that job here on the ship, I will let them know what the situation is and just be like, she just let her have her thing. She likes having a room with her name on it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
janitor's closet was probably for appearances.
No, I actually and this is the problem you get with the setup that we have, because Dave would love to just make an automated robot that was the janitor that can't be reprogrammed to go anywhere else, so it just wakes up Ginny every night. But robots don't exist in the traditional sense, so I actually think it's a suckerfish. I think it's just a big old suckerfish with overalls that are somehow still drooping and kind of showing its ass crack, and it's just pushing a mop around all the time, making sure things are wet, obviously.
Yeah. Well, he gets an upgrade now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got a brand new room.
Yeah, and
I just imagine it's still kind of OCD and just occasionally stands outside the door with the mop,
Hey.
Now imagine the door has got a little window that he's just suckerfishing.
And Ginny just thinks it's live curtains.
Oh.
She's does that.
No, my
every
reaction
night.
would be I'd take a marker and I'd just draw a nice little happy face right on the window for him.
Do you want to come up? Do you want to be the most famous cat in the gate? Yeah, come on. Okay, you're not doing it. You're just digging the shit up out of my pants, you ass. And you left. All right, cool, fucking great. Bye, cats.
If everyone else,
my cat is. Sorry, I was gonna say my cat is sleeping on a towel left on the ground because she likes towels.
Yeah. All right, Tristan, what are you saying?
I was just going to stick around after everyone leaves Petrie and check and make sure if he's going to be all right alone or if he wants me to stick around for him.
Yeah. He's kind of pushed himself into a corner, so probably somewhere between the ripped open can and the wall. And he's just kind of folded all up on himself, looking a little uncomfortable.
Sorry, there were so many accents. I lost mine
Southern,
in the
right?
mix. It was Southern. Oh, so you doing all right, Petrie? I know this has been a lot to take in.
Well, I'm really excited about meeting everyone.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully you've already met a whole bunch of the crew. I believe there's a janitor still and a couple other people who are also probably important. And Scotty 3 Kobold. There's a few other people on the crew, and wherever we wind up taking you, wherever you wind up wanting to go, I'm sure you'll be able to meet some people there too.
Are you gonna leave me?
You mean in this room now or in wherever we're going to take you?
I guess both.
Because the first one, for the room, that's on you. For there, no. I want to make sure that you end up doing all right.
Yeah, and he like gets super close to you. He's like, "Are you bluffing?"
This is a guy who's spent his life in a can after being made intelligent against his wishes.
Yeah, you want it.
Jetsam might not be like the kindest guy in the world, but he definitely wants this guy to at least have a fair shake of things. If that means, and also like, so even if we do wind up extending his life, like, I can invest some time into making sure that he winds up all right. Like, as long as Jetsam's got a ship, he's happy, and he's willing to look out for someone who definitely needs it.
Yeah. All right. He nods and he goes, "I don't think going to the water place seems bad. I like water. But I don't want to go with him."
That's understandable.
And I don't want to die.
That's understandable. We can also work on that one. I can talk to the sciencey types and they'll figure something out like that.
Yeah, I mean, if a needle mouth pistol shrimp bug could grin and not terrify you, heart, body, and soul, it did. It would. It does. That happens.
Jetsam's probably pretty good. Like, this is a guy who's had like 30 tons of spaceship just like supported by like one crank like on top of him and just been like, this is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll offer to play like some tic-tac-toe or something.
Oh yeah. I like they scratching into the ship.
Yeah.
So I have a next scene. It is not to do with any of those, unless people want to do something in particular. Mm-hmm. So everyone's good transitioning?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not completely ironed out how I want to work some of the rules. I think we're going to consider every mission beyond the gate a job, and downtime will happen only when you are back on the other side of the gate. I think that's the only way to make the game kind of follow the way the rules work. It might not be perfect.
That makes
sense. But that's like the best way I've kind of come up to make the two mix. So you don't have downtime actions right now in the strictest sense, but there's a lot of time where you can be working on something. So I do think within I think our clocks are going to progress a lot faster. Our like personal clocks are going to progress a lot faster than maybe like the normal game would have happening. Because I am kind of curious what people want to do with like 2 to 3-ish weeks of downtime until my next scene.
I mean, I imagine that I will be doing a lot of piloting.
Okay.
But I'll definitely be talking with Jetsam and hopefully Dr. Barnabas, unless I do anything to off-put him or make him think like he's not seeing the whole picture here. Since I'm not a scientist.
I think Dr. Barnabas was a little annoyed by where do you scientists get off on this crap?
Yeah, I can imagine. But Murray's just going to be wanting to see like, because I think like he wants to make sure that Petrie is like taken care of, and we can do whatever we can for him. So he'll be talking to whoever is on board with that about like, hey, is there anything we can do? Should we like take a pit stop somewhere? Whether or not you guys tell him, whether or not Barnabas and Ozlek tell him anything about what they discussed is up to you guys. But Murray's just trying to figure out if there are ways we can alter our plans a little bit for the benefit of Petrie.
Well, okay. Barnabas wants to, if Petrie will agree to it, Barnabas would like to study Petrie a little bit to see if it could be possible to muddle with the luminous gases to, maybe either replenish the store that he's got or potentially, again, not that I'd want to do this, but to know if it's at least an option to close the tap off a little bit or adulterate the mixture such that he'd get a little bit more time.
Oh yeah, you can definitely make a roll for that.
Doctor him up. All right.
Yeah, I think Ozilek would at the same time be trying to use the way to a degree to calm Petrie through the process.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's anything that might be uncomfortable in his testing or anything like that, he's trying to like keep his attention and focus.
So if I spend if I like take a point of stress, I get to add a bonus die.
Oh yeah, or increase your effect.
Or increase my effect.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't need to increase my effect over standard, would I?
Not at this point, I wouldn't think.
Okay. I'm gonna burn a point of stress then, or incur a point of stress, I suppose.
Sure.
To give myself an extra die here, because I'm really kind of like way deep down in his animalcules. Dr. Barnabas is just fascinated by Petrie and his biology and his psychology and the nature of his intelligence and his perceptions. He just thinks that he's the most fascinating creature that he's ever encountered.
Nice.
He's real neat.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just think they're neat.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
upset
you, Marge.
at how well you did that.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Roll 20, man.
Oh no.
What just happened?
Statistically
What I missed?
unlikely.
I got myself bumped up to number 2 on the eat list. Is what I did.
No,
Oh man.
that's a lot of ones.
Wow.
Oh
So
my
that's a crit fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Standard and controlled, and you were doing. Walk me through your process again.
So I was basically trying to conduct an examination of Petrie and just like learn about like how he works, specifically with an eye to can we increase or decrease his use of the luminous gases so that he might get more or less time, or alternatively, could we, if we got more luminous gases, could we top him back off, so to speak?
Sure.
And would that help?
Okay, cool. Let me look at let me refresh myself on the resist rules when I do terrible things to you, and you get to say no, I don't do that, because I think I know what happens. Is there anyone who did not specify what they wanted to do with the couple hours or a couple weeks of downtime?
No,
So,
I haven't yet, but Oh, there goes Tom.
Well, good on you, Tom. I don't blame you.
Is that like an offer to like wait and react to what's about to happen, or get it in before?
No, I need to buy a minute to look up rules, so do things to entertain the people.
Yeah. Quick question: will our stress reset?
I don't.
Okay. Not
Yeah,
until you're
we
back
don't
on the
get
other side of the
downtime.
game.
Oh, okay, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Before.
Which gets a little rough, but
How much stress can I incur?
I think it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ticks. The 10th one,
okay,
I believe, gives you a tick of trauma. And then
if you
do a
stress
trauma,
out.
yeah. Which are all bad. And if you get 4 traumas, then you're out. The character is no longer playable. You have to retire.
You are a zero sand boy.
Yep.
You have gone off.
You are an ex-Barnabas.
Splendor.
Mm-hmm.
Join the gas invisible.
Splendor and splendor with day gone forever, huh? Just that.
Okay.
Amanda,
so
did you have a...
No, hold on, we're back.
Doherty.
Okay, so here's what happens. I theoretically can and should do things to you, but I find that to be uninteresting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hoist this complication onto Petrie, but still give you the option to resist if you want. So in your tinkerings, you void half of the luminous gases out of Petrie's tank. You cut his life in half from where it's at right now. You have You can resist. The rules for resisting are we will need to because it is not explicitly happening to you. We will need to understand how it impacts you, right? If it goes against insight, prowess, or resolve. And then you're going to roll to see how much stress you take, or potentially, very unlikely, but potentially do not take from resisting. Usually resistance roll reduces severity of a consequence. If you're going to suffer fatal harm, for example, resistance roll. Oh, Clay Dreams. I bet I know who you are. Thanks for following the Electric Dice podcast. Also, I see that the alert box needs to be moved up above. Nope, that didn't do it. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It worked. Okay.
Let's get some F's in chat for Petrie.
Yeah, F's in chat for Petrie. So resisting this will not just make it so none gets vented, but it will not be half.
Could it be that instead of being vented, it's that I uptick the rate at which he's consuming them?
Oh, he gets extra smart?
Like maybe he's getting a little overclocked?
I mean, that just seems like a reward to you.
Well, to me, yes, but Petrie might not see it. Well, yeah, that's fair.
I think that your role starts and ends with helping us understand in what manner you're resisting, and then rolling.
Okay, cool. So what are my options for resisting?
So typically you would resist with either insight, prowess, or resolve, depending on if the consequences are from deception or understanding from insight, physical strain or injury from prowess, or mental strain or willpower for resolve.
So it's resolve then.
That's where I was at. I think it's more of a mental thing of you like, fuck, that's not what I wanted to do, right? Even if you didn't care about this guy at all, it's just the mental like, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
The gases are valuable.
Right. So if it is resolved, which I agree with, not that I get to make that call, we look at how many dice you have in any resolve skill. So we consult your character sheet.
I see.
Yep.
That's why having all the first tabs are important.
Yeah, so you have 2. So you would resist with 2 dice. You take the higher of 2. If you roll either of them a 6, you actually take no stress.
Okay, cool.
If you roll 4, you take 2. If you roll 1 somehow again, you take 5.
Cool. 5 stress. Good God.
I mean, that's very unlikely on 2d6, but you just did it with 3. Okay, so you only take 1 stress when you resist this. So this is Dave trying to torture you as a monster, and you're like, no, that doesn't happen.
Okay. So I'm going to say that instead of being So how much, sorry, I have not played this system before or any of its derivatives, so I don't know how much leeway I have in this regard. Can my penalty be just like Petrie thinks that that Petrie concludes that I'm just another one of these fucking scientists who sees him as like an object? Like, can the answer really be that I just bump myself a couple notches on the eat list?
Yeah, I mean, I think that could potentially happen too, but I think that's far from the only thing that happens. So I just posted the exact rules from the book of resisting. Historically, I have understood the resist to be will knock it down in severity. I was going to propose instead of shaving off 6 months, right, of his life, it is now instead you had a pretty good resist roll. I'm good with it only eating up 1 month of supply. You stop that leak pretty quickly.
Gotcha. But all right.
But tonally, I really like a brush with an ever increasing doom.
Yeah,
I think that upsets him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah. How does everyone else act to this? Because I imagine Dr. Barnabas was not in there alone.
I would probably, and Barnabas ain't going to be happy about this, but I would probably go over, because I imagine it's at least the part with the gases and stuff is at least somewhat mechanical. Like it is some machine-based, glass-based, whatever. And then it's like when it hits the organic stuff, that's where I'm not quite with it. But at least with like I almost imagine like a seal was busted or something.
Like I'm imagining there's like valves and regulators. Of some kind.
I'm going through and like double checking your work to make sure that it's all correct and that he's gonna stay okay, which I imagine it's not your favorite thing, but I want to double check and make sure Petrie's gonna be as okay as possible.
Yeah, so how do you feel when he's not?
Makes sense.
Bad? Like I'm gonna
okay.
Yeah.
No, that adds up. I see that now.
Like I'm not gonna just
bad.
Because on the one hand, I don't want to, like, Petrie's very impressionable and can murder us all, and I don't want to be overly violent or aggressive, but on the other hand, what the fuck, Dr. Barnabas? I know it was an accident. I'm not blaming you, Tom.
Yeah. No,
but it's just like in game, it's like,
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so I mean that can literally be the scene, right? It's like 6 people are like, oh, mistake.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sorry, I was muted. I think, like I had said before, Ozilek is very, while Dr. Barnabas is trying to fix the issue that has been created, Ozilek is working very hard to calm Petrie down, and just like, doing like who's the Jurassic Park character who gets in front of the dinosaurs and he's just like,
Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, and Petrie's like, what did he just do? Why do I feel... That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. We
don't know that it's bad.
No, it's real bad. Do you ever... And he's like starting to dance around a little bit on all his spindly legs. He's like... And then, the switch flips and he turns. He's like, what did you do? And he gets real mad and he looks at you. Would you like it if you came out of your little glass?
Well, okay, this is a stupid idea. I'm going to impose myself between Barnabas and Petrie, which it might just result in me getting murked, but I'm like, Petrie, he screwed up, and he's going to take responsibility for it.
Oh, is he going to die instead of me?
The goal is to have nobody die if we can get away with it. He fucked up, but now his punishment is going to be making sure that you wind up all right.
I don't trust
him. He made this mess, and now he's going to...
I don't trust scientists.
Those mother effers be lying and making you pissed, I understand.
What?
That was a statement.
What? I'm sorry, what?
It's from an Insane Clown Posse song.
Oh my gosh.
I'm terribly sorry that this has happened. I understand if you'd prefer that I find other ways to assist you in your present. That's quite understandable with me.
Yeah, and he goes, see that you do.
Yeah.
I think Oz would chime in like, Dr. Barnabas may be the only way we can discover how to extend your life. Mistakes happen, but I think we're on track to improve.
3 fucking once. Can you believe it? Yeah.
So he looks at you, Danilay Frogman. He goes, well, they can use your body for the experiment next time. And I don't know where this was happening, but he attempts to leave. So it's your call if you want to stop him.
What? I was imagining it was happening in his room, but I ain't stopping him.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I was definitely piloting this entire scene.
Yeah, I wasn't in there either.
3, 1. Gross.
Sorry, Tom.
I can't imagine, though, that I've seen the inside of Barnabas's room, and I see the giant pet bed and toys, and like maybe Shrimp Boy would like that kind of stuff.
With what?
Would like a nice bed and a kicker toy.
Does okay, so let's go around and make sure that we've got everybody else's like not downtime action, but how are they spending some time?
Probably engine upkeep and maybe trying to do more. Maybe see if, because I imagine there's got to be some documentation about Petrie on the ship.
Ooh.
And like I know I don't have any confidence in any of the biological processes half of it, but there's a big mechano something with valves and gears and something on his head. That's the part that I'm going to try and focus on and learn about. Because if we do wind up finding more luminous gases, if I can understand that, I'd be more confident in my ability to like refuel it.
Okay.
Like there's got to be an intake of something.
Yeah. So research on like Petrie, like Petrie's like project basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And yeah, so that would just be a study roll.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do all of them tonight because I want to get to our next scene. So
fine.
I've got Jetsam
We can put that on hold.
Yeah, research Petrie's project. Azalek, I had convincing written down. Did I misunderstand that?
I guess more or less like convincing, calming, like trying to ease his experience.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, like you can now do that after this bad situation, right? You can try and put another tick on him believing in not humanity, but sentience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Murray, you were just piloting.
Yeah.
Which makes
I've got
sense.
a job.
And then Jenny, what were you up to?
So part of my task is just like gathering material, like research swatches.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine the ship is pretty dry in that regard.
Yeah, it's pretty drab.
Yeah. I don't think I would have liked hanging around Petrie with other people there, but I imagine like before this action happened, I might have gone to like visit him and stare at him a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and I'm only cutting about 2 weeks later, so there's still more time, right? If you end up wanting to pivot off of this and work on something different. So you all can assume you are wherever you are on a normal day. It's not absurdly late or absurdly early. Tensions are probably a little higher than they had been, but it's not like you're living actually under the fear of Petrie killing all of you. Or at least if you are, he has made no outward signs as that's going to happen yet. And kind of all at once, Ian, what do you think like the alarms on this ship sound like when something happens? Like when something's gone wrong?
You know what just popped into my head?
No idea.
Like a steam whistle, like on a train or something, or like the one that you hear in the Sweeney Todd musical.
Okay. Is it manually pulled because you've noticed something being off, or is the system at all automated?
How technological are we? I guess it depends on the thing that is off.
We're supposed to be
like is a dude staring out a window.
We're supposed to be like barely steampunk because like we don't actually have electricity. We just have magic and horse shit and glass.
Yeah,
it could be a magic
like,
and horse shit powered steam whistle.
It could be just klaxons, just like old school, like air raid siren type noises.
Yeah, they could be magical sensors.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I think we said this ship was a little more technologically advanced than some because it's a ZYDO ship. But I just had in mind like somebody's just
The
blowing a
steam
conch
whistle.
shell.
Yeah, I'm fine with the steam whistle. I'm just curious, is it one central one, or are there a lot of them that kind of all go off in more or less?
I imagine it would probably be several.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the full alert steam whistles start firing and whistling and wailing and
What now?
yeah, and like at that time, everyone, no matter where you are in the ship, unless you have specifically taken pains to isolate yourself, you just hear a very hollow.
I start running towards
And
the
at the risk
sound.
of upsetting every cat in my house, I'm going to stop doing that. But please remember that it's doing it rather erratically. There does not seem to be much of a pattern to it, though it is definitely continuing.
I run towards it.
Do I have a co-pilot? Is it would I be able to like turn to someone and be like, here, take the helm and just head off to try and figure out what's going on?
High or low?
Low.
Low.
Damn.
Okay, so the only person that's there is Suckerfish Janitor Face. That's it. That's all you get. And
I look around and
he's just got the mop down. He's like,
keep an eye on the wheel, and I run off.
He doesn't even have like lips for words.
Who's flying the ship?
yeah, and it just lingers on him way too long as he just like slowly pushes the mop towards the handle of the ship or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, who does Murray catch up with? Because
I definitely ran that way, but I'd probably be at the other end of the ship, and I don't know where we're heading. I was in the engine room.
Yeah.
Doing a task.
I would have been probably like I'm like cracking through some supply crates and stuff, looking for random materials wherever that might be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have.
Things I shouldn't be touching.
I would have been at the observation deck, but I'm definitely like scrambling, trying to see if this is something that's maybe impacting the exterior of the ship.
Are you going to the noise, or are you looking outside?
I'm looking outside.
Okay, so you actually see it first then. So it sounds like most everyone else is kind of joining at the source of the noise. I'm just curious, where is Dr. Barnabas? Does he care?
I'm being decanted, but that's a slow process.
Oh, okay. So you're going to show up sometime after the scene has began. Okay. I'm sorry, I just had to find the name of this creature.
Creature. That bodes well.
This creature. It's a lady space shrimp.
So, Danla, I'm curious to know your reactions to seeing functionally what we would understand to be like a dwarvish body, right? Rather stocky, rather squat, right? Like humanoid in that sense. But as it moves up, like middle of the torso, right? It's still fairly thick, but it begins to kind of narrow to like a very thin point. And then resting with what appears to be the neck is what can only be described as a crescent moon, right? Just like an arc. So this like half moon, crescent moon creature is violently slamming its forehead into your ship like a woodpecker. And that's what's making the...
Yeah, so...
But it's gripped on, right? Like all... It actually seems to have only 4 hands, right? 2 above and 2 below, and it's just like gripped onto your ship, and it's just wailing on...
Yeah, does it seem like it I guess I would try to do like insight, whatever the equivalent of that would be in this game, see if it's like trying to get in, or if it's trying to eat the ship, or what it's trying to do, like what kind of get a gauge of its intent.
Yeah, the way this system works is you tell me what you want to roll.
Yeah.
I would say any sort of observational thing is probably pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it would be study would probably make the most sense.
I'm fine with that. You're just literally observing what the hell is happening here.
Yeah,
I could see a tune, maybe?
Well, yeah, I'm trying not to use that for everything.
Oh. Valid.
But, I mean, like, logically, I think my character would try to see if it could connect with this new beast in a way. But we'll just go with study, just because I think he's probably, like, thrown out of sorts. He's expecting to see much larger things, and this has really thrown him for a loop. So he's just kind of pure observation right now, like, what the heck's going on?
Sure.
So let's see. Would that be risky?
No, I think it's standard controlled right now.
Okay.
I think that there's very little ways for it to interact with you at current. Okay. Yeah, I think that you look at it and you have a sense of it is not entirely clear. It looks way too small to eat the ship, but it seems to be behaving like it wants to eat the ship. And I think the last scene, not for the night, because we're going to do at least one more, but the last scene for you there as it pans away, is it strikes the ship and you can see that it is now punctured through the hull, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to like pull back a little bit and the entire top of the half crescent moon just splits open, and then all of these rubbery black fleshy bits just immediately start shooting inside, just right.
Ugh.
And that's when
I puke.
most of you kind of round the corner and see just like a eldritch abomination, just sort of like Unreal Engine, right? Just like texture error is just like spasming into the ship, and just like wet slobbering noodles have pressed through the metal hull.
Seal that up.
I'm okay.
What is that thing?
If there's any nearby like metal scrap, anything, I'm gonna try and use it to like. I would probably need someone's help, kind of like pushing it up against the thing,
I
but
will
to seal
assist
the
in
whole
any way
breach.
I can.
I'm gonna roll rig because that feels fitting here.
Sure.
And I guess I'll take a stress to assist.
Nice.
Okay, cool. What position is this?
Currently it is risky.
Risky. Okay, it's not
How many ranks do you have in rig?
3.
Okay, yeah, then definitely you.
Yeah, I'm the mechanic. I'm gonna fix this ship.
Yeah.
Sadly, this isn't a machine. Effect standard or
Machine.
Limited right now. It is already in the ship.
Dang it.
And there
bonus
is a shocking amount of it inside of the ship.
I mean, we're trying to at least seal off any more. 1 bonus die.
Nice.
Okay, so a regular success, sadly not a critical success.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you get several layers of new metal, right? And you're like, I don't know, like tack welding this thing, right, in place or something.
Having like welders, if we have compressed gas for space gases, like being able to weld doesn't feel too zany.
No.
So yeah, so I'm basically like welding, soldering, whatevering this all together.
Yeah, right. And you're like breaking off chunks of it, and just like wet slurping noises are falling into the ship and then like dancing around for a little while and then finally giving up the ghost.
All right.
And now at this point, you've utilized a lot of the scrap material around, including a door that just happened to be there at the time.
Yeah, I figured.
So I think Barnabas has been decanted fully, and Ginny, did you show up, or did you mercifully avoid this contraption? Come on, Simon.
Yeah, I showed up.
Okay. Any thoughts?
Are those squiggles like disappearing, moving away, sucking into corners?
Nah, they did flop around like a dead fish for a while, and then they grow still.
Okay, I want to take some of that.
Smart.
Wait.
No, I want to take it without people noticing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Simon.
so
Do you want to be on camera?
Just takes
I
it as a
mean,
pet.
Yeah.
It's my pet
the
squiggle.
parts seem dead, thankfully, but
Yeah, and you can make stuff out of like dead bugs and stuff.
Yeah. Barnabas?
If I'm there, can I roll Doctor to see if this creature ever was really alive, and if so, if it is dead now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're there. You're there. This Tristan's actions take a while. Like Danile, if you want to show up here in a moment, you can as well.
Yeah, I will soon.
Sorry.
Am I risky, controlled, or desperate? Is it like controlled because
I think that you can just take it, Amanda. I don't think that needs to be a roll. Tom, I missed your question. Hey, don't do that.
Risky, controlled, desperate.
I would say controlled. I don't think there's a lot of danger here with this particular situation. For you.
How much did I take?
I think that you can only get one for free.
Okay.
All right, 4.
Okay. I think that you are not entirely sure, but you are very confident that while this little piece may be dead, the rest of it is still out there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
No idea of what caused this piece to die, right?
No, just maybe separation from the host.
Yeah.
Well, that's certainly disquieting.
I'm gonna turn to Oslek and just be like, I'm kind of rusty with all this stuff with the way and everything. Is there a way we can maybe like shove him off the ship?
Yeah, and I would have like run in like scrambling, saying like, Murray, and I'd be like, well, I can certainly try, but we have mechanical arm on ship, something to project it into space.
Do we have a mechanical arm on the ship?
No, I don't think so. Our ship
I
is.
don't think we do.
Boy,
we
that's
have
a cool upgrade.
We have dark hyperspace lane maps, a smuggler's rigging, a galley, and a long range scanner.
Jork the ship back and forth, trying to knock him off.
Extreme piloting,
evasive
drifting.
maneuvers.
I mean, I could try. I don't know. Like,
come on.
What's
it's a small thing on a
janitor fish doing?
Oh god.
What's the question?
I could attempt a helm check.
We have
Shake it off.
afterburners, but it's probably pretty well stuck onto the ship.
Yeah.
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 So I will say, you guys are arguing about how to fix this everything, and now in a different part of the ship.
Oh shoot! I'm gonna book it there, picking up any table, chair, whatever. Someone's got to shoot. Too many accents.
So if they all leave to go to that,
someone's got to go to the outside and try and knock that thing off or something. I'll try and keep the hull intact. Yeah.
Okay, so where does everybody go?
To the other sound, getting ready to patch it up, grabbing things on the way to patch it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not quick to do that.
Unless anyone else is leaping at the opportunity, I'm going to see if I can get on the outside of the ship to do something about this.
Sure.
Do we get so as part of my being a pilot, it makes references to like using ship guns and stuff. Do I have like a flintlock pistol or something like
I don't actually remember where we fell on guns.
Piratey.
I don't know
think
if they were really
okay with like powder guns.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, I think we said that they were like magically propulsion, something like that.
Tom's on board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
It would be the equivalent of a powder gun, basically.
Okay. All right. As long as Tom says we're good on guns.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah,
I'm not being facetious about it. I just think you've got. I'm trying to make sure we have some internal consistency. Is really it. So I need help with that because sometimes I'm going to forget and I'm going to stuff a supercomputer in here, and then I'll just be like, Dave, you can't do that. I'd be like, it's a biological computer.
I think they're good. We're good with black powder firearms.
Okay. Yeah, and that's really it. Like we will all hold each other accountable. I am someone who puts chocolate in my peanut butter. I'm a fucking hungry little bastard. I don't give a fuck. I'll put anything in anything. I don't care.
Okay. Then I will try to find some vantage point, like either through a window or from the top of the ship. I can't remember if this actually is shaped like a sailing ship or more of like a sci-fi ship with a
This
roof.
one's a little more sci-fi. I want to get us to a more classic treasure planet galleon. But we're not there yet.
All right, then I'll try to find some vantage point where I can like lean out of the ship and like start taking pot shots at this.
Gonna do a space drive-by. I'm with you.
Except it's on the ship.
Yeah. Danla and Tom, where are you guys at?
I've got something if you don't yet, Tom.
I got nothing yet. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I think how is this ship powered, more or less? Like, it's got some kind of magical base that powers the engine, right?
Yeah, you draw from the stars, I think, is what we ruled.
Yeah. Okay, so I would, whatever it's using as a conduit for that, I would go to that area, probably, alert Murray, like, to hold on tightly and not lean fully out of the ship, but try to basically, like, overload the conduit and use the way to attune to it and like send out like a propulsion blast from the ship or something like that.
Oh, fuck yeah, this is cool. I like this. There's no way this goes wrong. All right, and finally, Tom.
I got nothing.
Okay, you just wait. Yeah. Okay. So
in order someone to get
in order of things I care about happening, Danla, overload the way first. That's if this goes wrong, I don't give a fuck that Ian's hanging out the side of the ship shooting a gun. Does not matter.
Okay,
all right,
so
belay that. I'm heading down to the infirmary to prepare to receive wounded.
Yeah, perfect. Bingo! Take us to the lab. We'll be needed shortly.
Yeah.
All right, so what am I
more
doing
sand
here?
on the deck.
Well, I think you're using a tune, right?
Yeah, the tune, is it desperate?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. That is correct.
Effect
is currently limited.
Limited.
We ruled that ships are powered by space horseshit, and also Tristan added in reactors. So less any powerful energies to transfer into this thing. Right now you're just like, are you there, spaceship? It's me.
It's me.
The frog. I'd like you to go faster.
Wait, are you trying to make the ship faster, or are you sending out like a burst to try and knock them off?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is like send out like an energy
I don't care.
burst.
He's trying to do nonsense with the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quiet and let him roll.
Okay, I was just curious.
So, and what do I do if I want to what gives me extra dice?
You can accept a devil's bargain, or you can push yourself to gain either an extra die or increased effect.
Okay.
Because you already started at desperate, you cannot up the ante in that way.
What do you mean?
If you had started at risky or controlled, you could have said, well, can I make it a desperate action? And basically put more on the line, basically risking your own personal safety to do more. That always starts as an option unless you start at desperate, which you are starting at desperate.
So I can't push myself?
No, you can push yourself. You just can't turn it into a desperate action as well.
I see. Okay, so I would like to push myself.
Cool. 2 stress.
Yeah, and it says, because I have the way, it says I can spend a gambit instead of paying any stress cost, but I don't know what gambits are.
There's some resource. So it's that, from what I can tell, I was trying to read into it. It's this game's like kind of special resource that players have access to do fun bonus things. I want to say each mission, the crew starts with one shared gambit.
I see.
And rating gambits, add a gambit to your crew when you roll a 6 or critical on a risky action that you didn't spend a gambit on.
So we got to start keeping track of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just take the
I
stress
saw,
then, because I don't know if we have any or if we want to use the gambit for this, unless you guys do want to.
Are you Star Dancer, Fire Drake, or Cerberus?
Star Dancer.
Star Dancer.
Star Dancer starts with 2.
Okay.
I mean,
I would say use it, and if you want to also do stress to up the ante, because at the moment it's just a limited effect.
Yeah, my gut was gonna say use it.
Okay.
I'm fine. You using.
Can I
spending
do
a
both,
gambit.
like stress and gambit?
I think so.
So
I'm currently ruling yes. I might have to change that later based on rules understanding.
Okay, so just to go back through, am I adding just 2 dice to do that, or am I changing the thing from limited to something else?
It's your call. You can do 1 and 1. You can do both. You could push to great effect with limited dice. You could have 2 extra die.
Yeah, I need to understand the rules a little bit better. I
So
think.
effect is how much damage or success you win. Dice are how likely you are to succeed at all, right? Because you can have great effect, but if you hit a 4, it doesn't matter a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
think
personally
I want to
come
increase
down...
it from limited to standard.
You may. I am personally more a fan of more dice than I am effect, but that's me. That's just me. You're basically what you have right now. What are you normally rolling for dice?
2, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I would say 3 dice and standard effect is probably a pretty good shot of pretty much what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Desperate, standard, and 3. So bonus dice is 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you increased your effect.
Okay.
Nice.
Got a 5.
Is that success or is that partial?
I want to say 5 is only partial.
Yeah, 4 and 5 partial, 6 total. Am I
6 total, 2 6 critical.
Yeah. Okay. So now here's the other thing though, not all is lost because there's a couple things happening at once. So Dr. Barnabas is ready to receive in the medical bay. Jenny is stealing all of the black rubbery tentacles in the lab or on the floor. Jetsam has moved over to try and block this guy. So Ian, it sounds like we're up to you.
All right. What do I roll to shoot things?
You tell me.
I should have read the manual a bit better. I'm guessing it's either prowess or resolve.
Yeah, in traditional Blades, it's usually hunt, but I don't think hunt exists in this game.
Yeah.
I feel like that replaced with scrap?
I would guess
Scrap, but I know.
Yeah, I think it is.
If it was a ship gun, helm would make sense. But scrap, I think, is your standard. You are attacking a thing.
Yeah, and I didn't put anything into scrap because I was like, I don't see Murray as like a really fighty type guy, but I should have put something into that.
Well, so what was the one you were trying to do?
So I'm thinking it's probably scrap.
Well, at least you have one in there.
Well, I don't have anything in scrap. I have.
Oh shoot! I clicked Jetsam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jetsam
have
has one.
3 in helm, and I could potentially argue for resolve, like with attune or consort, but that doesn't seem quite right. I will say I have the keen eye special ability, so I get +1 die when firing ship guns or making trick shots.
Oh, definitely a trick shot. Definitely a trick shot.
I'll do scrap. I'll take a when deciding between taking 2 stress or a devil's bargain, if once I hear the devil's bargain, do I not get to decide if I want to do 2 stress or
nope. You can always revert. You never have to take the devil's bargain, and you can always just nope, I don't want that.
Okay. What would the devil's bargain here be if I wanted to do that to push myself?
And your effect is what, to hit him and knock him off the ship?
Yes.
Devil's bargain. So how do I complicate matters in a different way? This is an easy one. Petrie's watching. It will tick one of his sentient life doesn't matter.
I'm gonna take 2 stress.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Weird. Okay. I hope you don't fail.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
we're gonna want those stress to try and meet us.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
So I guess I'm doing scrap. I'm guessing this is risky.
No, this is desperate too. Because
this is desperate.
you left an untrained slug in charge of piloting the ship.
That's true.
God damn it.
And effect is up to me, I guess.
No, I said effect, but I would say standard.
Okay. Standard.
I think you got a good shot on him. I think shooting a man with a gun is much more simple than willing the engines to explode in a way that is beneficial only to you.
Right. I've still only got 2 dice on this. So.
I did like it, Danile, by the way. It was cool.
All right, let's see.
Come on.
Nope.
Okay.
Partial.
Okay. Cool. Don't underestimate the slug. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't failed us yet. Also, he hasn't had to roll, so I wouldn't put a lot of stock in that. So both things happen, and it is not enough to get not enough to shake this guy. It's just not. He is just willed his way through your thing yet again. And by the time that Jetsam comes around the corner, the whole up into his neck point is through the hull. And he has I meant to look this up to see if I could find something. He's very much obviously built like a woodpecker, and I know there's a lot of birds and a lot of creatures in general that have false eyes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like in the mouths.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
So picture this thing, like a moon, right? Like a crescent moon, and he's using it as a headbutting thing. And now he's stuffed most of his head in, and he just has this giant, elongated, absolutely cartoonish looking face along his concave head, right? But when you come around it, you can see he's only talking from the top part where all of the little noodles came out. So it's a false face. Yeah, it's a false face, but he talks out the top of his head.
Oh.
What's it saying?
He goes, "Well, hey there, my name Mr. Bananas."
You clipped really
Dave,
bad,
your
and I didn't
microphone
understand
was
any
all
of that.
pops and clicks.
That was
Something
really bad.
about bananas, I think.
I kind of thought
I'm
that
gonna
was
assume he
on
just said the true name of God. That's my guess.
Yeah, what do
you know old Enochian?
Yeah, what do you do, Jetsam? Because I mean, you've got a table and you've got your tack welder or whatever the fuck it is.
I wish I understood a word of
face.
that, except for bananas.
It seems like you got all you needed.
Y'all got any bananas in there?
We don't have any bananas. Please get your face out of my ship.
Yeah, and he's
Thank
pushing his way through more, right?
Nope.
And he's like, they call him or Mr. Bananas.
Oh, your name's Mr. Bananas. Okay, it's nice to meet you. My name is Jetsam. Please stop pushing your face into our ship.
Yeah, and he just is like, right, he's just ripping and tearing the metal
Please,
apart. As
this
he's
is my boat.
He's just pressing his way in. I mean, are you doing something, or
I'm
I
trying
tried
to
taking
command
another
him to
shot.
at least slow down.
you want to take another shot? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
I'm not going to push myself for anything. I'm just going to do another die roll.
Okay.
All right. I was going to roll command to try and see if I could actually get him to stop, slow down anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Even if it just stops him for a moment so that someone can get a shot on him.
Yeah, I'd say risky limited effect right now, Tristan.
That feels about right. I'm effect limited. I have one die, but I have so much stress. I can't afford to. No bonus dice. Okay.
Yeah, so he stops.
I've at least.
He stops. He's like, "Well, I'm a little bit of the hungry, man."
I know you're a man, but you're eating my ship, and I don't. We can help you on this other way, man. There's another way to do that.
Ian, shoot him.
Seriously, man, you can't go around eating other people's ships.
I got a 3.
Yeah, right, and it just blasts the hull. So Danla, are you still trying to will the force field or something?
I don't think so. I think at this point I've decided to just run and try to assess the situation with the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll creep up as well.
So I think I felt like I had a pretty good shot there, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems like most of the ship gathers with Mr. Bananas kind of just like hanging at the hole that he has created in your ship, looking at you. And
It's
dude,
a good thing space physics are wonky.
yeah. And if anybody thinks they can try and draw this dude, let me know, because I would love to see Mr. Bananas in action.
Draw
I'll head up
Mr.
there, have
Bananas and tweet us.
Sorry, Tom, go ahead.
It's all right. I think I'm on a pretty bad delay. I'm gonna head up there, having collected my medical supplies from the infirmary.
Okay. Yeah. And so he's just kind of hanging there as everybody sort of shows up. Seems like a lot of weapons in hand. He's like, "Why I mean to hurt and worry nobody is. Well, you gotta understand the slim pickings backing up and. Yeah?
Well, you could have just asked us.
Why not?
You didn't have to come. You knocked, and then before we could arrive to what wasn't a door, you started eating your way in.
My knee munched this little bit hole.
All right. Here. Would you like a fine table in these trying times?
Well, that table wood.
What? I thought it was... Is it wood or metal? I have no idea. What's the ship made out of? What is your preferred diet, sir?
Well, most of the Kalpas, they like to eat wood, but I find myself with just a little bit more skill than the rest of them. So I've been making my dollar going around eating them asteroids. So I eat stone, I eat wood. I don't like metal very much. I spit that back out.
You don't like metal?
Not really, but I find myself with a particular ability. Go ahead and just drill right on through that.
Gotcha. I mean, we can look through the ship and see if we got any something to spare.
So I'm allowed. I'm allowed into your ship now. I'm allowed in. You let me come on in now.
Not through a hole in the side, but
well, where would you like me to come in? Y'all rocketing through space, Mr. Bananas? Just want to come say hello.
Deck. There's a big.
Well, you go ahead and point
area.
me on over and tell your boys stop shooting at me with a little gun. And I would knock politely.
I'm just.
Please stop shooting at him with a gun.
Entrance is
we
over
are
there.
Gonna do this friendly and nice, like
all right. But if I step away, make sure nobody comes to fall out of this hole.
I mean, I guess I can use. I don't know if the table's made of wood or metal. I would assume metal because it's a sci-fi spaceship.
Well, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and knock myself on in, or see you in a minute.
All right. Someone go meet him up there. I'm gonna
I'll go meet him.
Put the table on the hole.
Yeah, I'll head down to our. What is it called?
We have to have some kind of like
landing
dock.
Airlock.
Something.
Why, yeah. Where are words tonight?
I'm going with Murray and forgot Dan Law's character's name.
Ozlek.
Grog.
That's what I call him when I forget his name.
I just like when I see you fall into step with me, I'm just sort of like, just stay behind me.
He seems friendly enough. Him.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
so you guys go. You go and you let Mr. Bananas in the airlock.
I suppose.
I mean,
is he not trying to eat through the airlock?
Like he can
door?
get in anyway.
Yeah, he's just like.
Yeah.
Let him in.
Then yeah, I'll open the airlock and just be like, I don't go just eating anything. We'll find you something to eat.
Well, I get that. It was a bit of a misunderstanding. Y'all ever met a Kalpas before?
A Kalpas?
Yeah, this is sort of what we call ourselves. A little bit of Kalpas. And my name is Banana.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Was there one in the orphanarium? Am I familiar with this?
No, these are from the this side of the gate.
Okay.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, I suppose.
Well, I like this one, and he just flops forwards. You see that the crescent moon, or the banana, if you will, seems to be able to rotate. It can either be fixated from like that axis, or he can move it to this one. You haven't seen him move it yet, but it's now pivoting the other direction. And that's pretty upsetting. But again, there's just this like giant, like almost macabre, like false face, and he's talking out of the very top of his head.
Like Mac Tonight.
I'm like enthralled with this.
It's what?
Like Mac Tonight, the old McDonald's logo, which is just a moon face dude.
I know what you're talking about.
Call in business a deep cut.
It's very similar to that. I mean, that looks like a real face. I think this one's much more like stretched out and ridiculous, but yes. That's almost exactly what he is.
Gotcha. I mean, this is still a little...
It's upsetting. It's upsetting.
You said you like...
except a little shorter and too many hands.
Mm-hmm.
You said you like stone and wood. Let's see if we can find you some of that.
Oh, that sounds real good. Now, properly, my name
Murner?
You're not the first gate folk I crossed by in the last group. I just thought it was funny. Call me Mr. Banana. So y'all seem to like that name a lot. It seemed easier, so I call myself Mr. Banana now, and I eat moons.
You eat moons.
Moons, rocks, asteroid, pretty much just anything not a comet too cold.
All right then. And as we're having this conversation, I imagine that we're heading towards some sort of supply room where we might have materials for him to eat.
And well, I guess if I can impose just a tiny little bit, a little snack be nice, a little spot lay down. I'm kind of curious what y'all happen to be doing out in these parts.
Oh, we're exploring. We're heading out to a planet, and we've got some scientists here. We're doing research.
Well, I'm happy to answer any of those questions. It's only kind and rightly of me to go ahead and tell you a little about the Kalpa Society.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating.
Well, most of our folk are living up in the trees, like I said. Those that gave me the name Mr. Banana said they got a lot of little birdies, so they behave much in a similar fashion. Most of us don't really have a problem to go ahead and drill ourselves into a tree, find ourselves a little grub, a little snack that might be inside there, a little treasure inside. But like I said, well, it's a little bit embarrassing. We had a little bit of a problem back home, and now I find myself rocketing from space to space.
How are you able to just be out there?
Well, it's not as bad as people say. Your boy was hanging out the side, shooting me with a gun. Didn't seem to bother him, no mind.
I apologize about that. Like I said, a misunderstanding.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you've been very kind since then, and well, to be honest, you missed a lot of your shots, and I got a pretty thick skin to begin with.
I'm not the greatest shot, so maybe it's for the best.
I think it was perfectly well timed from my perspective.
Yeah. Then let's sit down and we'll have some food together.
Yeah. Okay, so this will be our final scene here. We're gonna end it on a nice little cliffhanger, but I'm curious, is there anyone who's not present for the conversation with Mr. Bananas?
I'm fixing the hull, but once I have it workable, I'm heading that way. I don't know how long it would take me.
Yeah, if I see anyone more qualified than the suckermouth fish to take over the helm, I immediately just like, get over there and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, pretty much anyone, I think, at this point is probably more qualified.
I mean, but worst case scenario, he crashes us into an asteroid, and that solves a different problem.
Adelaide, I mean...
No, I meant getting Mr. Banana some food.
Yeah.
This guy is made of top-notch asteroid.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
We are not beating Adelaide.
So other than Jetsam showing up a little late, everyone arrives? Okay. The final scene is cut, right, with like that kind of slow, like, dolly pan walking around the table, trying to get everybody into play. And forgive me, we ran a little over on time, so I'm gonna summarize it. As I imagine a lot of people are kind of having follow-ups and questions for the Kalthus known as Renerv or Mr. Bananas. all of the conversation is cut short when whatever you have provided with him for a meal, be it wood, which he first splits open with his head, or if it's, rock that you have exposed from somewhere, when just like most of his false head sort of splits away, and he just once again like loudly slobberly consumes with a great many like sticky black licorice tentacles, and it's just impossible to not be grossed out by it. It's just quite literally impossible. So I don't know if anybody has like a funny one-liner, or if we would just kind of pan across everyone's like surprise, and then Jetsam walking in like happy-go-lucky. What I miss? Yeah.
This is the way.
Amanda, go ahead.
So I'm gonna very carefully only take one out of my bag, but like when he calms down a minute, I'm gonna be like, you drop this.
Oh, that's bad. Unless somebody has anything else, that's a good end. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I got nothing.
That's really gross. Thank you, Amanda. I liked that. Yeah.
But we helped a traveler in need.
You did.
Yeah.
You guys did a good job. You should feel very proud of yourselves. Only at first did you try and shoot Mr. Bananas. Afterwards,
He was tearing out my ship.
he was.
Yeah.
In fairness, he was.
Yeah. But you know what? We made it through. I think we did a good job.
Oh yeah.
It feels like a good lesson about the importance of
Being earnest.
being earnest and helping others and helping
Yeah.
other people.
Yes, that too.
And doing the right thing.
Right, absolutely. Helping others.
As we left
now is the part
Petrie in
when
the
I hope-
basement all by himself.
What's that?
Oh.
As we left Petrie in the basement all by himself.
Yeah, well, can't win them all.
I thought he started kind of free roaming.
He did.
But he's big. Can he really fit in there?
Yeah.
Probably a good chunk of it.
All right. Anything to close us off with? Because otherwise, it looks like I saw the lollygaggers in here. I'm not sure if they're still here, but I think we missed rating them by a couple minutes because we got to end a touch early today. So I think we're going to pass it over to Free League Publishing, where Matt Jowett is running, I think, their final session of the Alien RPG.
I mean, very, very fitting.
Yeah.
You think they invited their alien in for dinner?
I think that very unlikely.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll count that as a win for us.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts?
Shit's weird, man.
Yeah, I made this
Space is full of
Space is full of what?
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
So I guess my only question is, Tom, did I live up to the no forehead ridges?
Yeah. Every alien is suitably alien.
Yeah.
I'm pleased.
Yeah. No,
Forehead ridges, it's banana head.
I don't actually remember when I decided that I wanted to build an alien based on woodpeckers, but I did. And my favorite part is the way that
it's great
woodpeckers
for breaching a ship.
yeah, woodpeckers, their tongue wraps around their brain to protect them from the impact.
Yeah.
And that was as far as the thought process went. I was like, Mr. Bananas, Mr. Banana got banana head with a tongue protecting his cranium, and that was all I needed to go. Southern accent, just happenstance. Could have been anything.
Well.
All I knew is he was crazy.
It's good.
Well, I'm glad. Sometimes creation is a painful process, and sometimes it's just a happy discovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Very, very happy with Mr. Bananas.
Whatever works for you, mate.
Awesome. All right. Well, cool. Thanks, y'all. We'll hit our final ad of the night, and then we're going to, as I said, raid Free League Publishing.